I suppose last season with Leverkusen, the pressure really is on because this is a team in the past, Grella, where you would expect them to run away with the Bundesliga title or at least win it in some way, whether it comes down to the last match day or not, and then to make a real push to be in the semi-final, if not final, of the Champions League as well. Now Harry Kane's there. I mean, surely he's going to win some sort of trophy, or has he got that curse?
Again, it's a small sample size from Vincent Kompany at Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich did a lot of the right things last season, but they had these moments where they would switch off. They obviously played against an invincible Leverkusen side. So I think last season was a difficult season. Now this season starts. He's doing good in the Bundesliga, but very uncharacteristic to lose 3-0 to a Dutch team.
4 points as well, though. In
with
the
all due
Bundesliga
respect.
as well. That's Leverkusen.
Yeah, I mean, it's not done yet.
Running away with it at one, but at one point they were running away with it early in the season. Yeah. And now Leverkusen have come back, so they're only 4 points behind them. So it's not super comfortable.
But still,
for the standards.
But in Champions League football, to lose to a Dutch team, with all respect to the Dutch teams, 3-0 is a little bit crazy for a side like Bayern Munich with the expectations that they have for themselves. But again, you have to see at the end of the season and start to see, okay, how do they play? Are they playing better football? Are they cutting out mistakes? Are they winning trophies? I think is the big things we need to look at to see where they're leaning towards. But they're still going to get into the knockout competition, and then there'll be someone again that nobody will want to play against.
Do you think
I don't think so.
Do you think we're seeing these results though?
No. I think that a lot of people fancy themselves against Bayern Munich. I think
Not
that
so
they
sure.
would. I think they would. I think they've shown how vulnerable they are and the weaknesses that they have. And for me, still, it's that crazy high line that they play, and their two centre backs are still very questionable. I feel that they can be beaten.
Mm-hmm. There's very few teams, Poppy, in Europe that can substitute a PSG. The fact that they win the league doesn't really mean anything. Like, their goal has been, the project has been about winning Champions League. They get to a final, what was that, COVID year, right? So 2020, I guess.
Where they lost to Bayern Munich.
Right, where they lost to Bayern, and that wasn't enough. A Man City can win the Premier League and lose in Champions League. You still have the Premier League title. I guess Real Madrid might be the only other team, because the Champions League is so coveted by Real Madrid, right? They've won it more than anybody. But any other team, Liverpool, if they win Premier League and lose in Champions League, it's okay. So PSG, and maybe when you talk about managers, maybe Carlo Ancelotti, I would throw Vincent Kompany possibly because of Bayern in that. Bayern's expectation is to win the Bundesliga every year, no matter what. The holy grail for them is Champions League, and Vincent Kompany has a really tough task right now.
How far does he have to get to keep his job? If you're saying that his job hinges on their Champions League,
I don't know that it hinges. It becomes more important for them. I don't know that if they see, I think, Poppy, that he's getting them going in the right direction. Remember, he's got some older players in that group. He's kind of managing a lot of stuff. It's a side. They're talented, but they have some frailties in that side.
Great answer. She tried to get you to say that.
What would you say?
How long to keep his job? She put you on a fence. You got to watch her. You got to keep your eyes on her.
If they don't get out of the round of 16, surely.
Well, he'll be under pressure. Yeah.
Just pressure?
Big pressure.
Well, he starts the league to deal with.
I think it'll be big pressure. I think it'll be big pressure. I think Vincent Kompany.
You said earlier Luis Enrique would lose his job if they didn't get out of the round of 16.
Yeah, Luis Enrique.
100%.
There's standards. Like,
so
not every club has the same.
It's different for PSG though than it's
That's
for
my
Bayern
point.
Munich.
They're expected to. They should run away with Liga all the time. The project for PSG, spending millions and millions of dollars for the last 10 years, has been to win Champions League. It's the one trophy they haven't won. Bayern's won it, City's won it, Liverpool's won it, all these, Real Madrid, obviously. PSG hasn't won one.
And for me, I'll look at when City brought Pep Guardiola in. The ultimate goal was Champions League. It wasn't winning the Premier League title. We said, okay, we've already done that. We've achieved that. We want the Champions League. And that's what Pep Guardiola delivered. So for certain clubs, there is a priority. And Tony's 100% right. Bayern Munich, there's an expectancy to win the Bundesliga. That's just a standard. If you don't do that and don't do our Champions League, you're under pressure regardless of who you are. And I don't think Vincent Kompany's been naive to, when he took over that Bayern Munich job, to not expect this type of pressure.
Today it's been across Europe. Welcome along everybody to the Champions Club to wrap up all of the action with all the full highlights as well. I'm Poppy Miller alongside Nigel Reo-Coker, Mike Grella and Tony Meola. Grell, yesterday was a busy day, wasn't it? We were back for the first time in quite some time. How are you feeling after today's action? It
was another incredible day, and I think we got another piece to the puzzle, which is the most important thing, because I'm getting anxiety attacks looking at the table every week, and every match day.
Better or worse?
It's gotten better now. Now we know exactly who is in automatically. We know exactly who's in the knockout stages, and then there's a gap of teams. There's a few teams that we don't really know. They could knock themselves out. They can be in. Man City is one of them. Big talking point. Obviously, they win and they're in. So now we starting to see really set up for this last match day.
Yeah, the picture's starting to form. How about Brest today, Nigel? Your team of the Champions League so far, and they fall today.
Well, I gave them the commentators' kiss of death today. I bigged up some of their players, and they had an absolute awful day at the office. Credit to Shakhtar, though. Shakhtar deserved to win today. They were by far the better side. But again, overall, I'd say it's another day where football won. Like, we were entertained, some great games, great stories, and another win for football today.
Yeah, I suppose, Tony, because if we learned anything today when we take a look at the league phase table at this point, the teams that are out, they still put up a really good fight, didn't they, including Leipzig?
Yeah, I think you're seeing some teams just like Bologna yesterday really had nothing to play for that want to make a mark at the end of this, right? And players have pride. We know that, right? You don't want to go down just laying down. And there's some crazier results, I think, today than yesterday, although we had the craziest of the games yesterday in that 5-4 with Barca. But, yeah, once again, I continue to say this tournament's so much fun to watch. I'm personally still not sold on this format at the moment. Like Mike, I look at that table and it's like